Hey everybody, Steve here. This is just going to be a short video to introduce you to a concept on a topic that we're going to be handling through a series of videos. And this will become a fairly regular set of video programming that we're going to do. And we're going to call it Vintage Videos. And what we're going to accomplish with this particular segment will be a different episode. And each episode will focus on a particular drum company. And the focus of all of this isn't going to be so much from the perspective of drum companies that are fine collectible pieces, things of that nature, but more along the lines of drum companies that built drums that sounded good then, that still sound good now, that are still in demand now, and why. So, for example, we'll do an episode on Ludwig, which will cover WFL era and the Ludwig era of the 60s and into the 70s. We'll do one for Slingerland, one for Camco, one for Rogers, one for Gretsch. Those types of things, where we'll focus on the USA manufacturers. We'll kind of zero in on a period of time, probably from the 50s through the 70s, just to keep it reasonable. And then we'll talk about what were the drums that were built then, what were the shells like, what were the edges like, how did they sound, why did they sound so good, and why do they still sound good today? Because there's a lot of difference between what's being manufactured today and what was manufactured in the past. And what we want to do here is build a little bit of an awareness for everybody as to what these instruments were, why they were so good, and why people still want them today. The idea here is to give this information out to a whole new range of prospective collectors and users of these instruments, a younger generation of people that we can educate and say these are the qualities of these instruments from all these manufacturers. Here's why they were good, here's why they're still good, and why they're still in demand. So some of the vintage enthusiasts out there already know this information, and that's fine. It's a refresher if you want to look at it that way. And for the people who are new to it, it's a little bit of education, a little bit of history at the same time, and it'll also give you a sense for what can you explore. You can explore other sounds by going back and looking at these different brands and the products that they offered. There was some great stuff made that still sounds great today, and we want to tell you about it, educate people about it, have some fun in the process. So, this is just an intro for that series. It'll be called Vintage Videos, and there'll be many different segments, and we'll keep you informed with more of that. Check back with us at www.maxwelldrums.com and stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks.